So growing up in a Chinese family was interesting um, because I knew I was Korean, but I was in a Chinese home, and we went to a Chinese Sunday school and church, Chinese Baptist church, and everyone there was Chinese, and they all knew I wasn't Chinese. It wasn't a secret that I was adopted. My parents were very open that I was a Korean adoptee, and I didn't see any reason to not talk about it. So, and I don't remember if they knew because I talked about it, or if or maybe they just knew, or I don't know. But I was teased a lot in Sunday school and in church, and I thought, made me really question, because I thought, well, here we are, we're in church, and we're all supposed to be Christian. And I'm thinking the Christian thing to do is to be really kind to people, but yet they weren't kind to me. So I thought that was really interesting. So I felt not only, I talked about feeling shut out in societally, but I also felt shut out in Sunday school and church. That was very interesting. I'll have to say the most profound thing that I found as being in church was that there was, this is probably controversial for me to talk about, but yeah, I mean, whatever you think, but the most profound thing to me was that we were in a Chinese church, and everybody was, black hair or gray hair if they were older, but we were all Asian, we were all Chinese, or I'm supposed to be. I was Asian and everybody else was Chinese, except my brother. He was Korean too. But anyway, but I remember sitting in the pews and looking when the Chinese, I think there was a Chinese pastor as well, and he would talk in Chinese and in English. And then there was this white-haired, big white man that was, like the head pastor, I think. And I always found it very odd because he was the one guy that stuck out. Like, I just used to think he's so big, and he's got all this white hair, and he just was obviously very different from us. And I thought, why is he there? And he could only speak English. So while he was speaking, everybody else had headphones on so the translator could translate. And I thought, that's just so odd. Why wouldn't they just have the Chinese preacher do it all, And, why do we have to have him? And I remember looking around, in Sunday school we used to color, and they'd give us, the little pictures of, Jesus and the Lamb and the little kids and things like that. And I remember looking at this black and white paper, the kind of cartoony pictures and the black lines, and you're supposed to color inside the lines. And I thought, well, I don't really know what color what to color them as, because on the wall there was all these blonde-haired, blue-eyed kids with Jesus, and I looked around the room and we all had black hair, and we were obviously not blue-eyed, and we were obviously not white, and that was just really baffling to me. And I think this was during like preschool, during the time when we weren't really able to go into the regular, be with everybody else because we were so little. And I just thought, gosh, I don't know what to color them. And I remembered one time I had colored a baby blue, and one of my aunts, or I think it was like an auntie, any friends, you were not allowed to call adults by their first name or what have you. And if they were friends of the family, called everybody auntie or uncle. So I don't know whether she's my real aunt or not, but I remember they were at my parents' house, they were at our house playing mahjong, and she yelled at me, or she looked at the blue. They had my picture hung up on the wall, and she said, "Who colored this baby blue?" Or they said, "Who colored this baby?" And I said, "I did." And I was all happy because they noticed my picture. She goes, "Why didn't you color it blue? babies aren't blue. And I thought, oh no. And so from that point on, I wanted to make sure that I colored everything correctly. And so looking at those pictures, I was like, I don't know what to color them. So I just decided, well, I'll copy the picture because that's safe. Because they colored it that way, so it'll be okay if I color it that way.
Right.
But